Guys, leadership confidence doesn't come purely from things you've done before. It comes from your willingness to go out there and to do things that make you totally uncomfortable, knowing there's only two possible outcomes. One thing that I have to call it, even before we get started, is stop getting into the comparison game. That is not a positive way to approach it. There's no positive that can come from that. Instead, I want you to think about your own strengths and how you can use this video to become a master of leadership. Are you ready to do that? Let's go. So welcome to Modern Leadership, where we help busy parents become modern leaders so they can excel personally and professionally without burning themselves out. We do that via short videos on Mondays and Thursdays and longer episodes on the weekends. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, but let's make you a leadership expert today. Now, being a police officer, I remember first identifying what an expert meant. For me, I thought it was somebody who knew all of the answers, who had 100 years of experience, and that wasn't the truth. When I first started to go to court, what they would do is they would classify certain people as experts. And the way that the court defined it really did help me. They said, as long as you're 10% more knowledgeable than the general public, you are an expert. But let's not just stop there. I know you actually want to feel like an expert, and that's what I want to do for you guys today in 3 quick tips. So how do we get started? We first get started by mastering the art of leading ourselves. We talk a lot about this in terms of modeling, and that is you being able to get yourself to show up and do the things that you said you were going to do. If you expect other people to be influenced by you to take those actions, you have to be willing to take those actions yourself. And it all starts by you being able to master leading yourself. So what are some areas that you actually do this very well, where you are taking those actions, you are modeling that behavior for others? And what other areas of your life can you really lean into to develop that level of mastery? Now, before we get into the second step, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to like it and subscribe for more videos that are just like this. So after we started to master the art of leading ourselves, it's time to continue to develop our leadership skills. This means focusing on courses, mentors, coaching programs, masterminds, books, podcasts, anything that can help you develop your leadership. Now, I did this other video that talked about what personal growth really looks like, especially when it comes to being a leader, but really just try to identify the skill that you need to develop next. Maybe it's communication. Maybe it's having a leadership system. Maybe it's setting boundaries. Maybe it's motivating or inspiring other people. Regardless of what that is, find your personal leadership journey. Now, step number 3, this one's going to be a little uncomfortable. It's to put yourself in leadership positions when you feel most uncomfortable. Guys, leadership confidence doesn't come purely from things you've done before. It comes from your willingness to go out there and to do things that make you totally uncomfortable, knowing there's only 2 possible outcomes. Either number 1, you do it right and you succeed, or number 2, you grow and you learn. And if we're constantly thinking about doing what we've done in the past, we're not going to be able to lean into new areas of growth and be able to experience new things as a leader. And going back to number 1, which is being able to become a master at leading yourself, if you're able to lead yourself to take action when you feel most uncomfortable, what kind of example are you setting for those you lead? It's a powerful example when your leader is willing to get uncomfortable and do it anyway. Now, you might not feel entirely ready to be an expert, but you have a roadmap and a plan to follow now. So you might be wondering what that next step is. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but it's defining your personal leadership growth plan. And don't worry, I got you covered. Check out this video next, where I share the 5 hard truths about leadership personal growth that you absolutely need to know. Thank you very much for being here, and keep leading from the front, leaders.